Hey everyone, welcome to another live training here in our Facebook group, on YouTube, on LinkedIn. My name is Stefan Vries, I'm the founder of Technology, and today we're going to talk about pitching, perfectly pitching, using our sales presentation to make sure that we actually get the message across to our potential customer. Look, and apologies if I'm not on video here, but I'm on a location here that doesn't have the best background, so that's why I'm not on a video here. But it doesn't really matter. It's not about me. It's about here what we're going to talk about. And again, the sales presentation is an important piece. Look, how we use the sales presentation in our sales process is when we are ready to talk about our program. Remember that if you're talking to somebody, first call that you have with somebody is usually a discovery call, right? It's a call where you try to find out who they are, what is their current situation, what are their struggles, what are their pains, problems, and so on. And from there, once you know all of that, then you can actually transition into pitching your program, your service, your product. Now, you could do it on the same call, but usually what we do is do it on a second call. And I talked about this earlier this morning with one of our titans, with one of our students. And basically it comes down to the first call, like really the discovery call is about the discovery call is again is about getting to know your ideal customer, getting to know your prospect, right? The second call, and again, the first call has that kind of mindset where you're just somebody that is there to ask some questions and to make sure that you know everything about them and that you can actually help them with this, right? That is what you are there for. That is the first call. Okay, that is the first call. The second call, you go into that, you go into that mindset of actually pitching your program. So also the prospect already more or less knows that you are going to tell them about your program, and it's going to be to have a price and whatnot, right? So he comes also in the prospect comes also in with a different mindset, a mindset where he expects something to see what you have to offer. So that is the second call, and that's where we're going to use the sales presentation. This is where this is coming from, like the pitch or the sales presentation. I know that a pitch is usually used within the context of maybe investors and so on. It's just a sales presentation. It's just you trying to show what you have and convincing your prospect to buy from you, right? So I'm just going to show you a couple of elements that we use and that I believe that are crucial to make sure that if the prospect sees your presentation, that they actually want to buy from you, right? So let me pull this up first of all. Give me a sec here. Let me see. So I go to our presentation, if I can find it. So here. So let me show this. Okay, so that should be, yeah, there we go. So this is how our sales presentation starts. And it starts with basically me telling them that I'm going to show how their business is going to double, right? Doubling your business without overwhelm. So here you're already making some of your big promises that people can get from your program, right? Make sure you give your pitch, your program a name, your product a name, so it's already gets the people excited. Um, One of the first elements that you need to build some kind of a trust with your prospect. So you need to talk about yourself, but talk about yourself in a way that it's a story, right? Tell the story about you, what you have gone through, what is your transformation, and how does that relate to them. how you can help them out with what you're actually presenting here, right? So talk about yourself. Then go into for who is this presentation. Make it crystal clear that this is for them. The person that you're talking to needs to know exactly that this is for them. So don't waste time on vague terms like it's for every business owner. No, be really specific and also already talk about the potential problems or wishes that they have, right? That's what we do here. Also, what I include is that something about telling them who it's not for, because this will attract actually more people than you would think. Because if you say this is not for you, if you're not an action taker and so on, people will feel that, oh God, this guy is serious. I need to pay attention here, because otherwise, if I'm really not patient, I'm gonna not be able to jump on board this, right? So make sure that you also say who is not for. Now, there are a lot of extra elements that you need to do in the first pieces of the presentation. You have to ask the right kind of questions. You have to reiterate your questions that you did within the discovery call. And then you have to present some of your testimonials. Social proof, and this is true for anything, social proof is so important. If you have social proof, that this will really make your offer stand out, right? And make sure, and this is an important piece, make sure that your social proof, your testimonials, are actually connected to the problem that you're trying to solve for your customer, right? Because sometimes your social proof might be about something completely different, and then they will not be so interested anymore, right? So make sure that it's about them, that you talk about their problems, that you show the social proof is about solving their problem. And here again, talk about the problem, talk about what they are facing right now, and that you are there to help them, right? Now, a sales presentation also needs to add a little bit of the urgency. So it's not just really an open invitation to join whatever. No. You have to, again, you have to be really serious about this. And since there are only a couple of spots left, right, that creates some urgency that, well, they have to make a decision now, otherwise they will lose a spot, right? Don't forget to talk about your process. So many times people, your prospects, will throw you objections in your way, like, oh, I don't know, I have to think about it, I don't have the money, blah blah blah. But most of the time it's just because they don't know how you're going to get them these results. And that's where your process comes into play. Make sure that you at least talk about the process, or at least put focus on the process that relates again to their process, right? That's what this is about. It's a lot of text, so don't just read off of the screen here if you're presenting it. You don't even have to present this, right? A sales presentation is something you use to create for yourself, first of all, to create a structure around your talk, around your sales conversation. Do you have to show this? No. Does it help? Sometimes. I used to do it a lot, then I didn't, and then now I'm going to do it again. Just test it out what works. Does it have to be a long one like I'm presenting here? No, it can be a very short one as well. Test it out, right? Again, the process here is just a matter of I know exactly what I have to say, right? I know what, so I'm not missing anything. So it's every time that I'm on a sales call, actually I'm talking about the same kind of things, right? That's what this is for. Don't forget anything. Okay. So, what else is there? So the outcomes, then the process again. How many coaching calls, for example? What does your product do? What do you do in your service? Is it done for you? Done with you? Whatever. All these things come into play here. Okay. And then it's more information about all the things. And you can also, if you have a team, make sure that you mention your team in here as well. That also creates a sense of this is an important business. This is a big business. This is not just about me. It's a real business, right? Add some more pictures that create some more emotions. You have to get them emotional, otherwise they will not buy. That's it, right? So there's of course an investment, and you have to talk about price. Show the price, and then just leave it to that. Then once they start throwing objections your way, then you can continue, or you can go back to the processes and explain more about the processes. But once you mention the price, don't mention the price 1, 2, 3 times, or don't stay immediately after you say the price. Don't go to but, and maybe we can do this. No. This is the price. Don't. This is the worth of your program. So don't back down there, right? So once you go over the price, then you can talk. If there are more objections, then you can throw a lot of bonuses their way. Bonuses are a huge part of any offer, of any sales presentation. Make sure you have those. Make sure that you know what these bonuses are, and also put a value on them. If you put that monetary value on your bonuses, in the end, that sometimes will, the bonuses altogether might be worth more than the price that they are paying for. So that means that the value of your offer is going up tremendously, right? So don't forget to do that as well. And lastly, once you go through the bonuses, this one is also very important, the guarantee. Mention this as like this should be mentioned as soon as possible after you have shown the price and there are some objections. I mean, show the guarantees. Say that there's a 30-day money back guarantee if you have one, but make sure that it's there. Think about this. And again, if you use this kind of sales presentation, the point is that you don't forget to mention these things because it's just coming up in your slides. So you will never forget these things. You will never forget the structure. You will never forget what you need to say to get people on board. And that's what it's about, right? That's the important piece here. So do this. Really, create your sales presentation. Add those elements that I have just talked about. And we have much, much more detail within the Titanology and within Titan Hustler Academy about this. Or just DM me and give me some questions about this, and I will happy to answer those more in detail. But use your sales presentation. You don't need to present it per se, but have it there as a structure so you can remember your offer. Okay, that's it for now. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.